BriefCam is a comprehensive solution. So this same system now can also be used from an operational perspective. Perhaps it's to maximize the store layout or product placement. You want to identify high traffic areas and underutilized space and then plan appropriately. Or perhaps it's a more traditional use case of trying to prevent shrink and vandalism, understanding the high risk items, gaining insights perhaps on how organized crime organizations plan out their next target.
So if we look at the review module for a consumer behavior in one of the stores, we can then choose the shoe store. Now, as we can see in this particular store, on this one camera, there's been 2,600 moving objects tracked. And using our patented video synopsis technology, we can in effect compress time. Here we can present all of the objects simultaneously. All of the people have timestamps, and you can link directly to the original video from these. Now, regarding consumer behavior, we have various visual layers available to us. And the first one I wanted to show you was activity. Here we can see the levels of activity in the store represented by hotspots. Red is the busiest level, as you can see from the meter at the top of the image. Each of these visual layers can also be more detailed by choosing a demographic. So for example, in this case, we could choose men, and we could choose the activity levels of the men in the store. The next visual layer is dwell. This represents the areas where visitors spent the most time whilst not moving. Armed with this information, you can again make decisions on displays, product placement, and staffing levels in these areas. If we want a little more detail about the most common paths our customers took through the store, we can choose path. Here you can see the busiest paths through the store, red being the busiest to green, the least busy. And the last visual layer is background changes. This can be particularly useful in a store where we can see which items for sale had actual activity, or in other words, have actually been taken up, looked at by the customer and put back again. With this information, we can see which items are popular and which are not. And in this example, we can see that there's items at eye level that have been the most interesting. We can, of course, use all of the data extracted from your camera system to provide analytics from an in-store security perspective. We can search for people using multiple attributes, upperwear, lowerwear, hats, bags, and so on. And it's possible to search for people based on their appearance similarity, and where allowed, build up watch lists using facial recognition. You could, for example, have an exclude watch list with employees, so any search would show people not including staff members. And on the other hand, you could have a blacklist of shoplifters and receive a live alert should someone on that list appear. If we know where an item has been stolen from, we can highlight that area using the area function. And then we can see all of the people that came into this area. And again, using video synopsis, we can play it in a much faster time. Let's speed it up. And now you can see that the first woman who came in has stolen a bottle of wine. We can then go directly to the original video and share this case with our colleagues.